Once upon a time in the bustling kingdom of Veridonia, there lived a young and ambitious tailor named Leo. Leo was known far and wide for his extraordinary skill in crafting clothes that were not only elegant but also magical. His garments were sought after by nobles, commoners, and even the royal family. Despite his talent, Leo was a humble and kind-hearted man who cared deeply for his craft. One sunny morning, as Leo was working diligently in his small but cozy shop, a messenger from the royal palace arrived. The messenger bore a message from King Frederick himself, summoning Leo to the palace at once. With a mix of excitement and trepidation, Leo closed his shop and made his way to the magnificent palace, which stood tall at the heart of Veridonia. Upon his arrival, he was escorted through grand corridors adorned with precious gems and intricate tapestries until he reached the throne room. There, seated on the gilded throne, was King Frederick, a stout man with a penchant for extravagant clothing. Beside him stood his haughty and equally fashion-conscious Queen Isabella. The king had heard of Leo's talents and had a request that he believed only the young tailor could fulfill. "Leo," King Frederick began, "I have a vision of a garment so magnificent that it will be the envy of all the kingdoms in the land. I want you to create for me the most extraordinary attire ever made. It must be unlike anything the world has ever seen." Leo, with a respectful bow, accepted the royal commission. "Your Majesty," he replied, "I am honored by your request, and I shall do my utmost to create a garment that befits your vision." As the days turned into weeks, Leo tirelessly worked on the king's new clothes. He scoured his collection of rare fabrics, consulted with master weavers, and delved deep into his magical knowledge to create a garment that would truly befit a king. After many sleepless nights and countless experiments, Leo finally unveiled his creation to the royal couple. The king and queen gasped in awe as they beheld the masterpiece before them. The garment was made of the finest silk, embroidered with threads spun from silver and gold. It shimmered with every movement, and intricate patterns danced across its surface like a living work of art. But what truly set it apart was its enchantment. When worn, the garment would grant its wearer unparalleled wisdom and the ability to speak with animals. King Frederick was overjoyed with Leo's creation, and he could hardly wait to show it off to the world. News of the magical garment spread like wildfire throughout the kingdom, and people came from far and wide to catch a glimpse of the king's new clothes. Word also reached the neighboring kingdom of Verdantia, where a cunning and mischievous sorcerer named Malachy resided. Malachy was envious of Veridonia's prosperity and coveted the king's magical garment for himself. With his dark magic and clever schemes, he hatched a plan to steal the coveted attire. One moonless night, as King Frederick and Queen Isabella lay asleep, Malachy sneaked into the palace. Using his dark powers, he bypassed the palace guards and made his way to the royal chamber. With a swift and silent incantation, he conjured an illusion that concealed the king's new clothes. The following morning, when the king went to don his beloved garment, he was baffled. He could see and touch it, but it had lost its magical glow, and the enchantment no longer worked. King Frederick was devastated, and he summoned Leo to the palace once more. Leo examined the garment and soon realized that it had been tampered with by dark magic. He knew that only the most skilled and pure-hearted magician could restore its enchantment. Determined to right this wrong, Leo set off on a quest to find the fabled White Wizard, who was rumored to possess the power to counter dark magic. His journey took him through dense forests, treacherous mountains, and mystical lands, where he encountered talking animals and wise sages who guided him on his path. Finally, after many trials and tribulations, Leo reached the hidden sanctuary of the White Wizard. The White Wizard, an elderly and gentle soul, listened to Leo's plight and agreed to help. With a powerful incantation, he lifted the dark enchantment from the garment and restored its magical properties. Leo was filled with gratitude and hurried back to the palace with the now enchanted attire. Upon Leo's return, King Frederick and Queen Isabella were overjoyed. The garment once again shimmered with its magical aura, and the king put it on, reveling in the newfound wisdom it bestowed upon him. The kingdom of Veridonia celebrated the return of the king's new clothes, and Leo's reputation as a master tailor and a hero grew even greater. As for Malachi, his wicked plans were foiled, and he was banished from the kingdom forever. Veridonia continued to thrive under the wise and just rule of King Frederick, thanks in no small part to the extraordinary talents of Leo, the humble tailor. And so, the tale of the king's new clothes became a legend in the land of Veridonia, a reminder that true greatness lies not in extravagant attire, but in the kindness of heart and the courage to do what is right.